Hi everyone. Good morning. Trina Phoenix here. And so sorry for my delay in making some videos, but I had company and then I was working to catch up and it's just been super busy. So thank you for being here. And as you can see, I decided to be outside today. It was beautiful this morning and it's not going to be very soon because it was 111 yesterday. So it's been hot. It's been really hot. So we were going to get back into the Master Saint Germain, and this was chapter 10, and it was Nature Yields to the Childlike Mind. So we will begin. Okay. The most important key we can release to the alchemist at this stage of his development is found in these words of Jesus. Whoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child shall in no wise enter therein. All of the pristine beauties of nature, the ethereal highlights whose gentle glow can be sensed by the building spiritual faculties of the children of God, hold as their essential content the sweet, creative longing of a child. I do not wish to disabuse the minds of the children of men who have held such high and mighty opinions of the masters of the cosmos, of any false glamour with which they have clothed our office under the Godhead, almost as a gilding of the cosmic lily. Wow. However, I do feel the need to point out, not only from my own experience, but also from the experiences of those who were above me in the hierarchy. My puppies. Do I need to take it away? Do I? I will. You too, mister. They have bones, and they get a little protective over their bones. So you might hear them grumbling in the background periodically. So, okay. Okay. So, from my own experience, but also from the experiences of those who are above me in the hierarchy, that the higher we have gone in our contact with the deity, the more childlike, the more simple, the more beautiful has been the representation. Therefore, we conclude that the innocence of nature herself is perhaps the greatest key to her potential for wondrous alchemal creations. We amplify then the need of the children. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to have to handle my puppy. Go. Go over there. I gotta deal with the babies. So sorry. They're gonna interrupt me a little bit because this is their territory. This is outside land. So this is their house. Even though they take over my other one too. The Fluffa monsters. Sometimes they rule the universe. So we amplify then the need of the children of God to empty their minds of the dregs of turbulent emotions that have engaged their energies through the centuries and kept them bound to a senseless round of confusion and struggle. The great barrier to spiritual progress has been that men confuse holy innocence and becoming like a little child with playing the fool. The highest masters are childlike, sweet, and innocent. Nevertheless, when functioning in the world of domain, they sharpen their worldly senses in order to execute judgment in human affairs. The reason I introduce the subject of becoming as a little child into our study of intermediate alchemy is that every factor of thought and feeling impress itself upon the sensitive matrices of alchemical manifestation. No thought or feeling can be termed unimportant or irrelevant. Without hesitation, I declare that the most important of all alchemical factors in drawing forth the highest aspects of creation is the childlike mind, pure and guileless. The child mind is the greatest mind because of its innocence, its best and sure defense. Because it is not surrounded by crowding concepts, and because it is free to develop symmetry, color, sound, light, and new ideas. In short, it is free to create. And its supreme goal is to spread happiness in all of its forms and all of its manifestations, all the while maintaining the purity and harmlessness of the child. Let me say, however, that the idea of harmlessness is applicable only in the world of human beings. For how can there be a need for harmlessness unless there first exists harm? When you destroy harm, you no longer have a need to create harmlessness. In the absence of harm or harmlessness, the innocence of the childhood prevails, enabling the souls of men to commune gently with the nature and nature's God. The vast drama that keeps the way of the tree of life, that guards the alchemical secrets, has also been born of necessity. Man's disobedience to cosmic law, his hesitancy in matters of the spirit, his gathering momentums of destructivity upon the earth, these have necessitated the curbing of his activities in heaven. In a very real sense, then, man has been confined to the earth to work out his destiny. Eden, the garden of God, the secrets of life contained therein, have been denied by him because he would not heed the divine injunction. In the day that thou eatest thereof, thou shalt surely die. Now and always, man must understand, when he partakes in the consciousness of evil, he becomes subject to the laws of mortality. Yet, God has always been ready to receive him again as a little child. The compassion of the Christ. Okay. Yeah, the compassion of the Christ towards those who had lost their innocence was apparent in his lamentation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killeth the prophets, stonest them which are sent unto thee. How often would I have gathered thy children together, even as a hen gathered her chickens underneath her wings, and ye would not. We come, therefore, before the court of innocence, and we plead for a communication of humanity, of the flames of purity, truth, and cosmic innocence. Wow. We plead for a communication to humanity of the flames of purity, truth, and cosmic innocence. That's beautiful. Amongst the greatest misconceptions that have ever been formed in the minds of men is that which concerns the nature of the spiritual realms. Men either think that heaven is remote, unfulfilling, and lacking the joys of this world, or they imagine that the ultimate goal, the reward of the faithful, and their relief from the oppressions of a world of sin, a place where they will have nothing further to do and all progress will cease. In both cases, the fallacy is in thinking that the future will bring man something that is not already available to him today. Life is abundant, here, now, and forever. Wherever you are, it needs only to be tapped. May I say then that I have walked and talked with the elder gods of the race. I have met with the greatest interplanetary masters, cosmic and angelic beings. I have attended the ceremonies in the grand halls of the retreats and strolled the cosmic highways. In short, I have had the most wondrous experiences since my ascension, and with me still is the memory of all my earthly experiences prior to my ascension. But none of these are worthy, even the highest of them, to be compared with the experiences I have had in the mind of the divine man-child. Thus, should the alchemist realize that neither heaven nor earth can give him that which he has not already found within himself. Truly, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. What a pity that more cannot shed this false sense of a far-off and future good. The secrets of life are to be found here below as above. The changing of base metals into gold would produce on earthly beauty and earthly wealth. But the changing of the base nature of man into the refined gold of the spirit enables him not only to master the world of spirit, but to also take dominion over the material world. If all power in heaven and earth is given unto me, then I can give it to whomever I so will. Yet I will to give it to those who would abuse and misuse it to the hurt and the harm of their brothers. Why was the flaming sword placed at the east of Eden? Why was the continuity of existence interrupted by death? Why did illness and warfare and brutality flash forth and take hold in human consciousness? Why was anger sustained? Was it not because people had been afraid of loss of self-respect, loss of individuality, loss of relativity? Actually, what have they to lose? Nothing but their own fear. Nothing but their own negatives, for which is tethered to reality, and this can never be lost. Let men learn to empty themselves completely of their attachments to the earth, so they shall begin to enter into the childlike mind and spirit of creative innocence. The greatest angels who kept the way of the tree of life cannot deny those who have reunited with the holy innocent mind of God access to Eden. It's very interesting because when I'm with the Lord, I'm always in a child body, every single time. So I must be in the East Eden gate, or in the East Eden garden, the eastern gate of this reality. The eastern gate might be the exit. How can they then deny it to the divine alchemist in man, who, in honoring, reaches forth to take fruit of the tree of life that may indeed live forever? The meaning of the allegory is quite simple. So long as man lives according to the earthly, according to the concepts of the flesh and blood, he cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. He can sustain the heavenly consciousness, but when in the childlike innocence he enters into the divine domain, he finds that all of the universe is his, for now he belongs to all of the universe. This sweet surrender to the mighty currents of cosmic law and purity shows him the need to transfer from the higher octaves of light into the lower ramifications of the self, the power and the glory and the victory and the overcoming and the transmittal and transmutation. He must shed the glitter and the glamour. He must replace it by light and purity and do all things well. He must seek for the spirit of excellence. He must forget limitations and all things that are behind. He must have faith in that which he cannot yet see, and know that nature herself holds the cornucopia of loveliness and light waiting to be showered upon him when the magic word is spoken. How beautiful then is the cloud of witness, but how important are the harmless and simplicity. How towering is your faith, how gentle, sweet, yet mighty is the faith that moves mountains. Because we are approaching a time of greater discovery, I have carefully prepared the mind and consciousness of the students for the most beautiful experiences in the world. But I have not kept them confined to the domain of temporal life. I am creating in you states of inner awareness that will assist you in the evolving of your spirit, whereby, even if the body were shed, the mind of the Holy Spirit would flow through you and teach you the way of Christ, the way of the helper, the way of the innocent, and the way of happiness. Humanity are bored, they are frustrated, they are ungentle. Through what you would call the hoopla of life, they have taken on the phoniness that the dark powers have created, spread abroad and popularized as worldly sophistication, the antithesis of the childlike consciousness. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, where shall it be salted? We reiterate the Master's statement because it reminds us that the essential flavor of living is in the cultivation of the inner sense of beauty and reality. This is that which you receive from God is never denied to anyone. They only deny it to themselves in their own ignorance. We all have a responsibility to encourage the light, to expand in all people. But each one must open the door for himself. Each one must enter into the realization that the divine Redeemer is the divine Creator, and that since man's descent into the lower octaves of human consciousness, the Lord of Light has continued to emanate his radiance everywhere. And then this is a poem I think they wrote. He is available yet hidden. He is real yet cloaked with unrealities by the minds of men and their life experiences. He is light, sometimes covered over with the darkness of men's misqualifications. He is the great supplier of every good and perfect thing. He combines the green shoot and the crystal snow. He combines the ethereal in the sky that glows with the fiery sun from the solar center. His loving heart bids all to enter. Take upon you, precious child, garments of mastery, meek and mild. Dominion need not bluster, yet dominions ye shall muster. Each requires grace to help the world keep pace with cosmic legions, with facing senile moments. Youth and light appear when facing time's election. Shed then all your fears and glow the eternal fires of your youthful cosmic innocence. On the brink of discovery, we remain your faithful teachers of light and divine alchemy, Saint Germain. And we will end there and begin next on chapter 11, the highest alchemy. So, the childlike qualities that we possess. That's so funny that this is part of alchemy, because I did not know this, and I've always known that some of my most powerful revelations that I had with the Lord, and some of my most important revelations were because I was connected to my innocence and to my own purity, and that is through the inner child. And when I got to learn and actually feel and work with my inner child, it's the wisest part of me. And she possesses the highest frequency of joy I've ever been able to experience. So this is the bridge. This is the gate. And we open it through our purity and our innocence and our love and our curiosity about all the magic that life can express. So have a great day or night wherever you may be. Mwah. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for being here. You guys are one of the best reasons of my reality. And I love that. You are truly a gift in my heart, in my soul. And I connect with you guys, and you inspire me and make me want to become better every day for myself and for all. So I love you, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.